Let's discuss this in greater detail. Metals markets. We're now joined by Rohit Srivastava, the founder and strategy head at IndiaCharts.com. Rohit, morning. First up on metals, do you see the decline from the top? Prashant spoke about a 9% top, 6% top for many of these base metals from the top. Is that just a temporary pause, or do you see meaningful breaks being put on this commodity upcycle?
Good morning, and I think that the correction that we've really seen is very similar to a couple of corrections we've seen in metal prices over the last 1 year. So it's been a raging rally, but we've seen a couple of corrections. Copper even pulled back, in the month of March. You've also seen a similar pullback in the month of September, October. And so these are going to happen. I think it's a part of the course. It doesn't look very unusual so far based on the way it developed. We got a slow, steady decline in copper prices. And as of yesterday, they're back to what we say the 40-day moving average, and which should be a good support. And copper prices, in fact, closed even positive yesterday. So it's beginning to look like we may have a bottom in the metal prices. What is not clear is whether, you get an immediate runaway again on the upside from here, or they'll probably consolidate now, having come back down so far. They may just bounce about, consolidate for a while, and then you get the next move higher. So that's the thing we'll really try to figure out in the near term. But so far, looking at this price correction, it looks like a normal routine correction, which is good. I think the only way I would read into this whole news flow is that probably you want to slow down the pace of advance because everybody's so worried about this inflation risk. But inflation is something that was the one of the outcomes that was, known when you actually go into this government spending, fiscal spending, combined with monetary policy kind of action. So that action has led to rising prices. And I think we are, we're going to live with these higher prices. It's just that I guess you want to slow down the pace of advance. You're not going to really reverse the trend that has, been around for the last year.
Rohit, in a practical way, if you are trading, steel stocks or, the non-steel stocks here in India, right, based on this commodity thesis that prices are going to be strong because of XYZ reason, does this add a big element of uncertainty? What happens if, you're long something, you come back in the morning and before markets open, there are some actual restrictions from China which come through. And then the price reaction, the price pullback is not what we've seen, maybe bigger. So how does one sort of go around that?
Yeah, I guess that's a fear that will play on our mind, just like the one which was around inflation a while back. And everybody kept looking at the Fed, wanting to know whether they would raise rates, even though they've been saying consistently that they really don't want to do that, for a prolonged period of time. So people are beginning to price in risk, but whether that risk, what is the seriousness of that risk needs to be seen. So today we've got warnings from China. We don't have actions. People are scared of what kind of actions would be there. I guess they would be small initially, so they would go one step at a time to push back. And I don't think there's going to be aggressive action is the way I would look at it. If there is, of course, that would create trouble for the prices. But sometimes, markets sense that, like, if you even see this correction, it started to happen before the news flow really came in, and many times we see that happen. So I guess we'll have to play it that way, watch when the momentum picks up. But beyond that, I think we can't really keep thinking about this. What I try to do is really study the macro environment in terms of what the dollar is doing, what prices themselves are doing, and how the market is reacting to all of that. So as long as the market's reactions to all of this remains normal, I'll really not read too much into it as of now.
Okay, that's about metals. Today, of course, the lower dollar price is supporting the commodity stocks. So JSW Steel is up 4.5%, Tata Steel, Hindalco too, gaining close to about 2.5%. Rohit, what about the markets? You've been maintaining a bullish bias, and what have you made of the sharp correction seen in the Nifty Bank today? What does it tell you about the way forward?
So we had a very interesting week, I think, last week, because on a weekly basis, we actually made a higher closing than the previous high that both Nifty and Bank Nifty had actually done. So on weekly charts, we have what we call as a higher high, higher low setup, a classic Dow theory bullish signal in the near term. So as long as we don't really break the low that we made in the previous week, I think broadly the trend is positive. So I'd put the supports for say Nifty and Bank Nifty at 14,850 for the Nifty and 33,300 for Bank Nifty. Now even very short term, say intraday, if the Nifty dips to I think 15,100 or so, you're going to see buying support is how I really sense it, because we have started to trend up, and so hourly averages and hourly supports are going to keep working. So I don't think you'll really fall below 15,000 now, because you have huge put open interest now, which is the highest I think for the next 1 week in the series. If you look at the options chain at 15,000 on the strike, and 15,500 is where you have all the call options. So you have this 500-point range. What we are really trying to guess is, whether you'll get there this week or you'll get there later. My sense is eventually you're going to get there at least. So broadly, if you put 15,500, 15,000 as the key support, my upside right now is to closer to around 15,700. And on the Bank Nifty, I'll look at getting to somewhere around 37,000 eventually. Whether it happens in a week or 2 weeks is what we'll watch for. But I think we are clearly broken in terms of, trend out of the sideways consolidation range to start trending up. So that's pretty much clear. What is not clear again is how fast do we move. So you're discussing some time back, you still have the risk of the pandemic, because vaccinations are still slow. So we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel, but it's happening slowly, which is why even the market's advance is positive but slow. I think that's how we'll take it. But clearly heading higher is what I would want to say.
Got that. Rohit, sectorally, I mean, you said a week and a half back that metals perhaps should start to slow down. We did see that. We've seen that pause. PSUs has been a big call, which is worked out, which is working out. Would you still stick with that space, the PSU space? And what exactly there? Banks, non-banks, what kind of names?
So as we discussed earlier, I think metal prices looks like correction is done. But when I look at metal stocks, I'm still not feeling comfortable. So what I'll do is I'll probably let it go for a couple of days, let that space stabilize. But when it comes to PSUs, I think the momentum is still there. We are seeing it every other day. Some of the other PSU stocks are up 4 to 5%. And so we'll continue to focus on the PSU stock space. I think if I look at just today, you have a breakout in Container Corporation. It's gone past all the highs that it had made for the last 2-3 months. And so that looks like a breakout. And so you look at stocks like that where you're getting momentum. You're also seeing higher highs and higher lows, say in Power Grid. That's another stock where actually we've seen a trend develop on the upside. And you're seeing that across. So I think PSUs remain a theme. It's not going to go. In fact, even PSU banks remain a specific theme within banking, which I think is going to play out in the coming weeks. Apart from that, because we have started to discuss the possibility of the Nifty coming out of its consolidation zone, I think slowly you start seeing participation from other sectors. Like in the last couple of days, we've seen auto stocks begin to pick up. So I think auto stocks also have room to move up. We are seeing clearly them, like we've seen a pullback in M&M, almost Mahindra & Mahindra almost retraced 61% of the rally that it had from October to Feb. And from there, it has started to edge up again in the last couple of days. So you look at opportunities like that where momentum is beginning to build. Only thing is, keep some more time. Don't expect the same pace because we are moving up slowly. But I think now where the downside is. And so accordingly, you are able to, position and move on and look for further gains in, other sectors which have not been participating.
Rohit, it's always a pleasure getting in your thoughts. Thanks so much for joining in. So the Nifty is headed to 15,700, but how long it takes us remains to be seen.